Yes, everyone, welcome back to the Irish Hotspur. Jack here, and in this video, I'm going to be giving my reactions to the different predictions that have been sent in to me by my fellow Spurs creators ahead of our Europa League clash with Elfsborg this Thursday night, a Swedish team who finished pretty low down the table last season. But in this Europa League competition, they've done quite well. They've gotten some good results against Roma, finished 4-3 with Galatasaray, a team that we struggled against, and then they picked up some decent points and some decent just results here and there. And so they do find themselves in the playoff contention. If they do get a result or maybe things go their way, they could qualify, I believe, for the playoff rounds. Whereas for us, it's in our hands. If we get a win here this Thursday night at home, we are into the next rounds, also avoiding then the playoff rounds, which I think could help us out a ton because we don't need those extra games considering all the injuries that we've been going through. So everyone, please smash that like button, get into the comments below your score predictions. Please check out these people's channels. Without them, these videos would not be possible when it comes to these channel predictions. Let's also take a look at the league table. Thanks to Marlon from Spurs Kings TV. We have Cade at the very top. We have Lee the Dorset Spur in second. Marlon tied with him in second as well. Dermatron in third, but starting to slip a little bit. So I'm going to start rooting for Dermatron to climb back up there. Harry Scarf, Sonny, and Box Office all competing with each other in the fourth tally spot. But let's get into it. Let's see what Marlon from Spurs Kings TV has to say here for us.
Dave, Jack, hope you're well. It is Marlon from Spurs Kings TV, and it's my prediction for. Is it? I think it's Elfsborg. You pronounce it. I don't know. And you really need to learn their names. It's so disrespectful. However, it's Thursday football. We are doing well. Look, we've qualified for the next round, but let's make sure we can get through automatically. Um, it's been a minute since we last got a victory. In any not in any competition. Obviously, we won last week and nearly messed that up. However, this week we're at home. I think they're not as great as Hoffenheim. I think we will have the players again to get through this one. And I think what result am I going to go for? I don't think it'd be a high scoring one. I don't know. Will they score? Yeah, let's go for 2-1 Spurs. 2-1 Spurs. That's that's as negative as I can get this week. Big up.
What's happening?
Not a bad place to start with the 2-1 Spurs from Marlon, and I actually could see that one coming true. Marlon might get a perfect score prediction. I mean, to say they're worse than Hoffenheim, though, Marlon, I'm not even sure. Like, Hoffenheim, maybe on paper, should have better players, and you would like to think would be a better team. Same thing with Spurs, but, like, Elfsborg had picked up some decent results. Like, against Nice, they picked up a win. What was it? Against Roma, they picked up a win. They lost only 4-3 to Galatasaray. I know that's no points, but still, that's kind of better than what we did. That was also, I believe, away from home for them, too. It's not like they were playing at home. Against Karabag, I think they did all right. Maybe they got a loss, but at least it was close. So these are like teams that, of course, we've played against as well, and they've actually not done too shabby. So I'm a little concerned maybe that we might underestimate them, and perhaps even our own players might underestimate them. But we'll find out. Please, everybody, check out Marlon from Spurs Kings TV, a 2-1 prediction from him. And now we'll move on to Harry Scarf.
People, big up Dave and Jack. So here is my Elfsborg preview. We've been awful, haven't we, recently? Last defeat come against Leicester City. I think it was unexpected and really poorly. There's question marks around the team, the effort they're putting in, the ownership, and Postecoglou, all probably rightly so. But this is a good opportunity to progress in the Europa League. This is a trophy that we still could win, however bad we've been, because there's no real competition in it. A close competition is probably what a Man United, Roma, etc. So I think we will win this game. I think we show too much for Elfsborg. We don't have a lot though to choose from or debate when it comes from the starting 11, because we made a crazy decision to take 4 goalkeepers instead of the likes of Regular Spence. Just go in with 1 right back, 1 left back. Don't get me started on that. Absolutely bonkers. Obviously, we can change this after this game. But no, I think we'll have too much for Elfsborg. We don't know who's fit at the time of recording. So I'm going to probably say we won't keep a clean sheet. No surprise there. But I'm going to go with 3-1 Spurs. It has to be a win. We need to go into it thinking like we need to win the game
Yeah.
to progress, rather than, okay, if we get a draw, then rely on other results. We don't want any of that. We want to get the job done. We can't afford to be playing these 2 extra qualifying games. So I'm feeling confident, despite the way we've been playing, purely because of the opposition. A massive come on, you Spurs.
Again, I'm not too sure if we should be too confident because of the opposition. I think on paper, these players, these Swedish players, like, or I mean, they might not be entirely a Swedish team full of Swedish players, but you get what I mean. Like this team from the Swedish league, like, yes, on paper, they should not be very good. Just judging by how they've done so far in the Europa League, I think they've actually probably surpassed some expectations here and probably have even done better than, what, plenty of us would have predicted. I think maybe some of us would have thought they'd be the easiest team going into this. Doesn't look like it to me. Maybe it was actually probably Hoffenheim and maybe another team like a Karabakh. That might have been one of the easier teams that we've come up against, or even a Ferencvaros might have been one of the easier sides. Whereas, this Elfsborg team, they look all right. They look all right. The fact that they're even capable of qualifying for the playoff rounds, considering probably the resources they have, the lack of investment in comparison to the rest of the teams, fair play to them. So I think they, I think they could actually, have a sneak surprise for us. I'm also predicting a win though, but I'm not going to be too confident because of the opposition. I'm more confident because of what he said about just us needing a win and us just having a look at it as a must win type of game, just for the sake of, confidence and for just the sake of qualifying for these next rounds and not having to leave it up to other teams doing the job for us. So that should be enough of a motivation. And also playing at home, fans need a win in front of them. So I think that should be enough motivation. So that's where I'm going to go for my win. That's where I'm basing it off of. But love that 3-1, just slightly bigger than the Marlins prediction. But let's move on to Kate from Kate and Jimbo's channel now, formerly The Perfect Match.
Big up Dave and Jack and everyone over at the IrishHotspur. It's Kate from Kate and Jimbo, kind of newly named channel. We are still The Perfect Match in brackets, but we are at Kate and Jimbo from here on in. Another disappointing weekend. I predicted a draw against Leicester and got abused, and then we lost. I mean, you couldn't make it out really, could you? But no time to cry or despair, because we have Elfsborg at home in the Europa League this Thursday. And look, they're not a very good side. We're not a very good side. It's going to be another game where I literally just don't know what to expect. I'm going to go for a rather conservative 2-2 draw. Am I?
Not good.
Am I going to go for that? No, I'm not. I'm going to change that, actually. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. No. Because I don't think we're capable of scoring 2 goals at the minute. Because I don't even know who's going to be playing, you want to know the truth. So I'm going to go for 1-1. As always, I hope I'm wrong. I hope that we can turn things around and, yeah, start getting some W's on the board, because this fan base really needs it, as well as the club. So 1-1 for me. Come on, you Spurs. Big up Dave and Jack. And as always, up the lads.
Up the lads. Come on, you Spurs. Love Kate for her predictions there. And I just think, she brings a fresh perspective onto these. And also, she's plenty more realistic sometimes with her predictions than I am. She's actually right. The fact that, plenty of us could be going for 3-0s, 4-0s, 3-1s before these games. I mean, this Spurs team barely even look like, scoring that many goals. This, right now, they could barely score against a Tamworth, a Leicester City, right? So who's to say they can score a ton past this Elfsborg team? Definitely a lot to ask, but I definitely agree with Kate's, sort of skepticism of the forward line. But I'm going to still always try to go for a win, especially in must-win scenarios like this one. And at the moment, though, we can't say that she's being too negative, because after the Leicester City game, I mean, come on, like we're at the basement level here, in terms of expectations. Spurs are really, really, at the doldrums here. So I think anybody is welcome to have any prediction, really, with how poor the form has been. But please, everybody, check out Kate and Jimbo's channel, please. The Perfect Match at Kate and Jimbo. Great people over there. Very, very kind to Dave and I. So please, everybody, show them some love, show them some support. And we're going to move over to Lee the Dorset Spur. Love the top as well. If you can tell, it says South Dorset Spur on the crest there. Love that top.
Hey Dave, hey Jack, Lee the Dorset Spur. Why do you keep making me do these predictions? Honestly, I've got absolutely no idea. In the last one, I did get the score right. Just got it the wrong way around. I don't know. But listen, I haven't got a coin to flip today, so I really don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the score's going to be. So you just got to hope, right? I think that this one has got to be a banker. At home, against a team that's from a very low league. You've got to believe that you can win this game. But this is Tottenham, and we are just going through probably the worst scenario that I've ever known since being a fan for the last 48 years. And I just can't see where we go from here. So I'm pretty despondent at the moment. This club is killing my soul. But as always, you've got to keep the faith and hope that this is one that can turn it around.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the start of something. Players coming back soon. Potentially a signing. Imagine that happening. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I'll stop rambling. I'm going to go with a 3-2 to the Spurs.
All
The
right.
Spurs.
3-2 to the Spurs. 3 goals, 5 goals total. Elfsborg scoring 2 as well. I mean, it sounds like a hectic game, but it's a win, and I'll take it. He's right. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think I've said this before. Like, as much as people I think are starting to get sort of the soul kicked out of them when it comes to Tottenham Hotspur, I still love the sport of football. And at the end of the day, I still love watching the game. I still love watching every single micro detail of it, from the housery of time wasting to, absolute Pedro Porro screamers to, a bit of lovely skill from, some of the best of players out there. I do love the sport in general. So therefore you kind of have to have a team. You have to have a club. You got to have somebody to sort of put your emotional kind of trust into, or at least, some sort of emotional weight into. Maybe not trust. I'm not sure if I trust Spurs anymore, but I think you guys get where I'm going. You always have to have a team. And a lot of us have maybe been assigned, maybe it wasn't, our choice, but a lot of us have been given Tottenham Hotspur or picked Tottenham Hotspur foolishly or, rightfully, whatever you want to call it. And it's what we signed up for, and it's what we're going through at the moment. But big up to Lee, 3-2 prediction, not a 3-1, 3-2 prediction from Lee the Dorset Spur. Great guy. So please, everybody, check out his channel. We're going to move on to THFC Till I Dies, Dermatron.
Hi guys, this is Dermot, aka Dermatron from THFC Till I Die, and this is my match day prediction for Tottenham versus Elfsborg. In the Europa League, it's going to be very short. We're going to win. We're going to win 3-0. But I've got no confidence of us winning. If we can't even beat Leicester, who have lost 7 in a row, what hope have we got to beat Elfsborg? And I don't have any hope at all. But look, I never back against my team. Always back Tottenham to win in every game. Win, lose or draw. But look, I'm just so fed up with it. Lang, Mon, Levy, Ange, all your jobs are untenable. Just go now, the lot of you. Go together down to the job centre. Our club's dead, and it's just an entertainment business. But look, it is what it is. I'll never will not back my team to win. We are going to win. But look, there's nothing left to say really, guys. Just it's in our own destiny, and if we win, great, we're into the round of 16. It's a game less we have to play, which I suppose is the only positive you can take out of it. And then we've got games coming up. This is a really big week for Spurs season. This is do or die. So look, whatever happens, but for God's sake, Levy, make a decision on Ange. Put us all out of our misery. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Dave and Jack.
Maybe I forgot the prediction there, so maybe I have to go back and check it for when I go for the league table. I'm pretty sure Dermatron goes for a win. He always goes for a win of some kind, but maybe I'll have to go for the specific score line there. That was my bad. He's in the doldrums right now. He's definitely not feeling good about Spurs. And like I said, I don't blame people, but we have to, if you can, stick through it. It's all part of it. It's all part of the journey. It's all part of the struggle. But boy, as Spurs fans, do we struggle. And I think we're getting well used to it. We just want to have that taste of something to believe in, something to sort of get behind. And it felt like we had that for a period with Postecoglou, but now with just sort of also the lack of action, the lack of any sort of, transparency from Levy and any work from Johan Lange, etc. It's just made it really difficult to get your head around all this. So everybody, let's hang in there if we can. Please, everybody, support Dermatron as well. THFC Till I Die. Great man, great channel. And we'll end things off with a box office.
Yo, it's your boy Mr. Box Office from Mr. Box Office TV, back with another prediction for the ever hopeless and useless Ange Postecoglou's Tottenham and Elfsborg on Thursday in Europa League, last game in the group stages, or league stages. And my prediction is a 2-1 victory for Tottenham Hotspur. The reason for this, I've got no reason. There's no logic to Tottenham anymore. I've given up. I'm fed up. I don't know what else to say. It just sums it up now that now all those people that were saying to me that I was talking absolute nonsense about this manager from the very get-go, from June 2023, well, look what's happened. He's an absolute useless manager. I want him out, Ange out, Levy out, and I'm done with this. That's all I've got to say. And that's coming from your boy, your man, who's fed up and going to go to Sissoko events, Mr. Box Office, the main event, the Professor of Truth and Entertainment, the ratings killer, the people's champion, and everyone's guilty pleasure. And if you don't know, get to know.
He say Sissoko events? What did he say at the end there? Again, maybe hard of hearing, or maybe just kind of a little bit slow at times. But there it is. He's gone for a 2-1 win. That's kind of actually pretty good. I might be going for it. So if you think he's negative, that's kind of what I'd be going for. But he's wanted Ange Postecoglou out before he's even taken a game at Tottenham Hotspur. He said June 2023. So that basically would have been almost before even Ange was in the job, or whatever time that was when he was hired. So we wanted him out before he even was in the job. There you are, everybody. Box office, check him out, please, everybody, in the comments down below. 2-1 win, and yeah, he's gone for a win, maybe more positive than you might have expected. So please, everybody, smash the like button on the way out. Wrapping things up here, check out these people's channels. See you all tomorrow for some Thursday night festivities, as well. Also, if you want to join us for a stream on Big Up, we'll be doing a Champions League neutral watch along. Just come hang out with us, coming over there. If you just sort of put your comments in the chat, come on screen, any sort of kind of contribution helps out Dave and I a ton. See you all tomorrow. See you all Thursday. And hang in there, everybody. Come on, you Spurs.